A child's childhood is very important whenever it comes to their future. Playing with toys, playing with children their age, and having the love of affection and that their parents give to them whenever they're younger. These are all things that help form a child into who they're going to be in the future and how they're going to act. Well, what are some things that might not necessarily help them in the long run? Parents that are on heavy medication, parents that are in constant risk of their mental and physical health, and it's not necessarily good for a child to be in constant fear of their parents' health. At the age of 50, the body already starts experiencing problems, and seniors are classified after the age of 65. At the age of 65, your body is already deteriorating, and it is not necessarily safe for you to be taking care of young children. Seniors should not be able to adopt children. Today I'll bring you two main points. In my first main point, I will explain the effect on children that having seniors' parents may have. And in my second main point, I will explain the effect on seniors that having young children may have. This brings me to my first main point. Imagine you're a baby. You're sitting in your crib, it's 3 a.m, and you're crying. Why are you crying? Well, it could be a number of things. It could be that you're hungry. It could be that you're tired and you weren't able to sleep. It could even be that you soiled your diaper. Well, the only problem with this is that nobody's coming to soothe your crying. What's the problem? It may be as simple as that they can't hear you. At around the age 50, seniors already start to experience problems with their body. Problems such as arthritis, back pain, heart problems, and even hearing loss. According to CNN.com, January 2nd, 2017, at the age of 50, over 50% of adults start experiencing hearing problems. This is not good in the case of young children. When they cry, they need attention for any kind of reason, as if just attention in general, they need something done, they're hungry, any kind like that. Well, if you have hearing problems, it might be a little hard to hear them. This is a problem. Children need the love and affection of their parent and the caring and nurturing of their parent. If you can't hear your child whenever they're crying, this is going to affect them in the future. This is going to affect them knowing that their problems might not be resolved in the future. Parents that are older may have problems whenever adopting young children. A child is knowing of their parent's health, and whenever a parent is having to take heavy medication on a constant basis, and maybe even take trips to the hospital, a child starts to wonder about their health and starts to worry because they're the ones that he or she cares for. And we don't want to get started on the big word of death. A parent's death is very traumatic on a child. Adopted parent or biological, it's still traumatic. At a young age, if a child's parent were to die, this could affect them in the long run and not in a good way. This will know that their feelings will be affected in a very strong manner and that they might not even be able to accept love in the future. This brings me to my second main point. Seniors are already in terrible state. Their bodies are deteriorating. At most point, over the age of 70 is whenever they're in nursing homes. Age 65 is whenever parents and younger children have to start watching over them, going to their house, doing checkups. So what makes them fit to adopt a child? Well, every human has a love for their child. Adopted or not, that is still there. This is what makes seniors and older people really love children. They miss the feeling, or they've never had the feeling of a child. This fuels them to have a child and to care for one, although they might not know the risks. Staying up late at nights might not necessarily help the seniors in their situation. Loss of sleep is going to be a major detriment to their schedule and even to their health. Most seniors go to sleep at around 8 o'clock and wake up at around like 6 in the morning. This isn't good for a child. Although they kind of have the same sleep schedules around the time, it's still not good. Children need to be nurtured and they need to be cared for. Seniors might not have that ability. If a child is crying late at night, they might not be able to stand up and go and help their child. This brings me to my conclusion. Seniors are not fit to adopt children. There are many risks that a child can have when having a senior parent, of accidental neglect, inability to love, inability to care in the future if their parent were to die. These are all things that affect children whenever they grow up if they have senior parents.